Good afternoon, everyone. This is the third episode of the In the Weeds podcast, where we talk about everything in the UK League of Legends esports scene. I'm your host, Water, and today we'll be talking to Selphie about their tenure in the UK scene and a little bit about who they are. Welcome, Selphie. Do you want to introduce yourself quickly and tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Sure, I have been a manager for, I think, close to a year now, and I have managed multiple teams, even at once. Right now, I manage 3 of them,
Yep.
and yeah, that's what I do, kind of.
Do you have the names of these teams that you have? Would anyone know them from anywhere?
Well, at the moment, I manage HLT, which is a UKL team, Division 2, and they are currently playing their promotion games to Division 1, so I hope that will go well.
Yep.
I have trusted them. Then I also manage a team called Fuse, and they play in the Benelux. That's the scene of Belgium, Netherlands, and Luxembourg.
Just across the pond.
Yep, and that's also Division 2, but I are kind of in last place right now, so not too much hopes. They probably won't make the playoffs. And then I manage a team called Abyssal Lakers, and they play Prime League. That's the German scene in Division 6. They are like low master players, so it's kind of cute.
Yeah, I mean that sounds good. Tell me a little bit about what is your role within these teams? You're a manager, right?
Yes. So what I do basically is I make the schedules when they scrim. That's like practice, and then I check when they are available, and then I plan scrims based on that. And what else do I do? I do registration for leagues and tournaments if they decide to play tournaments. For example, I recently registered my Abyssal Lakers team for a CWL tournament that is a community tournament.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a mess to deal with, to be honest, but hey, I managed to sign them in.
You got it done in the end?
Yeah, I did it, but they had like a bot, but to sign people up. But sometimes that bot was offline, and there were like registration periods, and it was not announced anywhere, and I had to deal with that mess, but I managed to do it. And what else do I do as a manager? I look for scrims in designated servers, and then I announce them to my team when they play and when they are expected to show up. That's basically what I do.
Yeah, that sound. How do you How do you go about finding these scrims and stuff for teams?
I use designated servers to look for scrims, and I just post there the hour and the date of my teams, and then people message me, like other managers of different teams, and then we work out the details, like who is going to create a lobby, who will create the draft links, who will start which site for game one, and stuff like that.
Nice, nice.
And then I also use that opportunity to talk to people and to get to know people, and I've met quite some friendly people.
So you've done quite a lot of not collaborating. What's the word?
Connecting with people.
Yeah. Do you like that aspect of being a manager?
I do because I get to talk to people, and I like that. And sometimes I even start a conversation, ask them where they play, what league they play, how good they are doing, and yeah, it's interesting to me how different teams are doing.
Yeah. So you have quite a large knowledge base on a lot of these teams in the like the scrimming like environment, right?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I know quite a lot of teams, and I know a lot of teams that play in different leagues. So I also know quite a lot about that. So that's quite nice.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So what got you into this the scene as a whole, the esports scene as a whole? What inspired you to follow this as your?
Well, honestly, I used to play a lot of League of Legends. Now I don't really anymore. But I was in a server called SwiftQ. It's like a server to play with people.
Yeah.
To find people to play with.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, I saw a post from an organization called Synergize that they needed a manager, and it looked quite fun. I had zero experience, so I reached out to them, and they gave me a lot of servers to look for scrims, and that's how I got going. They gave me a team to manage. Now that honestly it was the first team I managed, and it was a horrible experience because they assigned me a coach, but that coach ended up being a fraud. Like, he didn't have any
Oh,
experience and he
okay.
lied
Yeah,
about it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he was also very mean and very
Mm-hmm.
angry towards my players, and it kind of all fell apart.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a horrible
Yeah,
experience.
yeah, that is interesting.
And then they got a new coach because the previous one got kicked out because he was a fraud. And then everything was fine. We got a new roster, etc.
Yeah.
But then the same org, they had like a very weird structure, and there was like a head manager for all the league teams, and she was very bossy and very mean to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I decided to leave the organization on my own
Yeah.
because I really did not want to like put in all the work, and then it ends up being unappreciated.
Yeah, yeah,
And I was mainly the only one responsible for managing that team, which of course makes sense, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
all the players, the current roster, just left the organization with me, and that's actually the team that I'm still managing, Abyssal Lakers, and
Oh,
now
okay,
they are in a
that's
different org with me. That's like mega cute. They just
yeah,
left
it's a good
with
ending.
like they just left with me because I left because I got treated badly. So basically an entire team just left the organization. And yeah, I would never really recommend Synergize as an org. And yeah, that's how I
Well,
got started. And then I saw a recruitment post that they needed a manager for Fuse, and I was like, oh sure, I'll do that. And then
mm-hmm.
I got a small trial period of like 1 week, and they wanted me because they saw I was doing a good job, and their previous manager was well, not good.
Subpar. Yeah, some would
Yeah.
say. Yeah,
And then one player from there, a substitute of Fuse, was also playing in the Division 2 team, and they really liked my management, so they asked me to come manage his team, and that's what I'm doing right now as well, and that's why I manage HLT.
mm-hmm.
And then
So
actually, oh, can I yap a little
yeah,
bit
yeah,
more?
by all means, yap my ears off, mate.
And then last night, like a few days ago, I saw a recruitment post for a Danish team Division 1, and I had an interview with them yesterday, and it actually turned out quite well. So we will see what they do with it. Because I kind of want to manage a Division 1 team as well at one point, because I've only managed Division 2, not above
Yeah.
that. So
So you want to climb the ladder?
yeah, but it's not like really that's why I'm doing it. I just want to see
Yeah,
what it is like. They
yeah,
also
yeah.
told me that the Danish league LCD is very poor. Like it's not well organized at all. So we will see how that goes if they
Yeah.
want me.
So
And yeah.
you mentioned a lot about not having any experience when you first got into this.
hmm
How much do you think you value the experience you've gained now? And would you say that makes you more valuable to any team you join?
I mean, I've always been pretty good at it the moment I started. Like after 1 week, I knew what to do. And now I think I am very valuable because I have seen previous managers do stuff, and most of the time, like it's not an ego thing, but it sounds like ego. I think that I can do
Yeah.
better, especially because HLT also has an academy and they also have a manager. And if I compare his work to my work, I can just flat out say that I do things way better than him. Like, no offense.
To
Like
me, yeah,
he's
yeah, to
trying
me,
his best, but
I was gonna say to me, it sounds like a healthy ego. I think,
I mean, not really.
yeah, knowing your value within the space is always really good, right?
Yeah, I know what I am doing, to
Yeah,
say it like that, so
yeah,
I am confident in what I do. And a lot of people also think that I am doing a great job. I've never really had anyone complain,
well,
except for my first org, but
yeah.
that's just because they didn't like me, I
Well, it
think.
sounds like only good signs then. So,
Yeah.
just based on that, how was your like childhood? Did you play many games growing up? And well, first of all, how did you get into League? That's the big
Well,
question.
I used to be a game I played a lot of Fortnite back when it was
Oh, okay, yeah, back when it was big,
very
yeah,
hype. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, very fun with my high school friends. And then those friends started playing League of Legends, and I was like, oh, that looks cool. Let me try it as well. And they asked me to play, and I played. And I didn't know anything about it, but I learned, and then I started playing with people online because I kind of prefer that over my in real life friends sometimes to just play with people like online friends, right? And then I
Is there
started
any reason behind that?
why I preferred I don't think there's a reason behind it. I think it's just something different, and
Like you just
sometimes
like the change of
when
scenery.
yeah, and sometimes when there's only one online friend online, but one in real life friend online, but there are like 4 online friends online, I prefer to play with more people, like
Oh,
5.
okay. So it's more about
So that's
availability than
yeah, that as well.
yeah. Okay, I mean that makes complete sense. So
Yeah,
going back
that's how I
to
got into League of Legends, indeed.
yeah. Okay, going back to that, like what? So was Fortnite your first game that you that really introduced you to gaming as a whole, or was there anything within like
Oh,
your early childhood that
I
introduced you to it?
don't really remember, but my dad played a lot of games and I watched them and then I tried to play them as well. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, what are those titles? The first Doom was one, but
Okay, yeah,
and
classic.
some other games that I don't really remember. And then I watched him play it, and then I started playing them myself, and then slowly, Fortnite was the first big game, though, together with
Okay.
Rocket League back on the PlayStation.
Ah, okay, okay.
Very fond memories of that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, hell yeah,
Yeah. So,
yeah.
you mentioned earlier about your most, or excluding the opportunity you have in the Danish league potentially coming up, that your last forte was with HLT into the UK
Also,
scene.
yes, I mean they are currently playing their promotion games to Division One, and I hope they win. They are also trying out a new jungler right now because
Mm-hmm.
their previous jungler, they kind of just kicked him out because he wasn't fitting in the team. So, you know,
Yeah. So what like go into a little bit like do you help with the process of finding these players, or is that not something that
no,
you're?
normally I do this because, what was it again? I had to build rosters before. I can't really remember which team, but yeah, for Fuse,
Mm-hmm.
they did a lot of tryouts. They swapped out their support and the mid lane, so I had to organize that. But
Yeah.
for HRT, I didn't really do it. But it's a whole mess sometimes
Mm-hmm.
because they first wanted to put their previous top laner in the jungle and their previous jungle in the support role.
Mm-hmm.
So then I had to look for the vacant roles, which were mid lane and top lane.
Yeah.
But then they decided mid tryouts to revert back these position changes.
Yeah.
The So then I had to look for, what did I have to look for again? A new support and a new mid laner.
Yeah.
So it was a whole mess because I had to tell a lot of people no, and I don't really like to do that.
So, like, when it comes to situations like that, how do you like manage maybe the stress you feel from doing that, or how do you manage like the
I
people,
don't,
I guess, to some degree?
I don't really stress a lot, but when it gets unreasonable, I just tell them that something is not possible, or I give them a deadline to make a decision. For example, by next Sunday, you have to know what you want to do,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
then I kind of take the lead because sometimes I prefer doing things myself because stuff
Mm-hmm.
needs to happen, except for and not leave it up to other people.
Yeah.
Because I got invited to an invitational tournament recently, and I gave you that invitation, and I gave one of the teams of my close friends an invitation, but my friend was kind of slacking on management, so I decided to do the registration for her and stuff because stuff
Mm-hmm.
needed to happen, and then I prefer to do things myself.
So
Kind of.
so
Does it kind of make sense what I'm saying?
yeah. So like how you handle the stress is by not getting stressed and taking it upon yourself and making sure other
Yeah,
people.
I prefer
Yeah.
taking the lead, and because my mind works like that. Like
Yeah.
it's the same thing. I don't think you can manage a team with 2 people because some teams like to have an assistant manager, but I think it's always good for one person to do it because they know everything what's going on and it's all
Yeah.
in one head. There's not like a chance of miscommunication and stuff like that. I'm also not the only one who thinks like this.
Yeah. So
So yeah.
yeah, I mean that makes perfect sense to me. So
Okay.
when it comes to like some of the environments you've been in, you mentioned briefly about the first team you're a part of, which the environment
It
was
was not
not
that
so
pleasant.
good, right? Yeah.
No.
Would you say that that is indicative of most teams that you have worked with, or would you say that that's an anomaly? Like that was a one-off?
Honestly, it depends. Like most of the time, I try to count on the professionalism of the players. Now, no one is getting paid, so that sounds a little bit weird, but hey. And I expect them to at least be professional and that I'm not a mental coach or something like that. Like, of course, if there is
Yeah.
a problem, I will care, right? And then I will try to solve it, but I at least expect some basic decency. And it's not often the case that something like that happens. Like, my first org was a real disaster because the coach was very mean and he was a fraud, and the upper management of the org really sucked. No offense, but it wasn't good. But then not much problems afterwards. A little bit with HLT because people started. I don't really know what happened there actually, because my jungler really had a fragile mentality sometimes. Not to talk bad about Kako, oh my god, but I like him. But when I put him against a difficult opponent because I believe that if my team loses a scrim, I did my job because it's good practice
Yeah.
and it's not wasted time. But when I put him against a challenger jungle and then he starts spamming my DMs that I need to look for a lower scrim while the rest of his team disagrees, it's kind of hard to work with.
Yeah. So
And it
so
gets a little bit negative over
yeah.
long periods of time, especially when the coach of that team was also complaining about the jungle.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah,
do you think do you think then it is especially
I
when you're
don't
talking
think.
about like organizing these scrims, right? Do you think that it's like when you are looking for these scrims, are you looking for opponents that would more than likely beat them, but they still gives your like team a chance to experience that and maybe try and work past
Yeah,
that?
I try to book from the same league. For example, if I want to book for my UKL2 team, then I like to, for example, look for teams that are also in Division 2, minor ERL, or I like to book for Division 3 teams in major ERL.
Yeah.
Say that that's right, yeah. Because I know the level is a little bit the same. I mean, it is
Yeah.
actually the same or higher. I also book if the enemy is in a higher division, but never lower because that's not
Not
good
productive.
practice.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I book as high as I can get because I know it's good practice. Unless they tell me they want lower, then I will, of course,
Yeah.
book for lower, but most of the time, I book as high as I can get.
Oh, that's good. So
Yeah.
when it comes to managing all these teams, right? You mentioned that you have 3 teams currently on the go. How do you manage your time with keeping those 3 teams together, or sorting out their scrims with also managing your own personal time?
I mean, I do it when I have time. It sounds kind of weird, but when I wake up and I don't have anything to do, then my normal routine is I wake up, I do the stuff of management, then I drink my pre-workout, and then I go to the gym, and then that's that. I do it when I wake up, kind of, or when I have uni or something like that. So I have to wake up early and have to go somewhere. Then I do it when I have the time. Like for
Okay.
example, between lectures or during lectures of uni,
Yeah.
then I
So
can look for scrim or something.
so you
Or
prioritize your social life or your personal life over it, but then if you have any downtime in your own personal life, you use that time to
I mean,
manage the
I don't
teams.
really I mean, of course, I prioritize my personal life, but like, I always manage to find time for it because otherwise
Yeah,
I wouldn't manage 3 teams if I didn't
yeah,
have the time for it.
yeah,
Although recently it's been a little bit difficult because I have a lot of things to do, but it's still doable. So. And I also know that if Fuse loses their spot in the playoffs, like if they don't make it, they will most likely disband. So then I will also have more time. That's
So,
also the reason why I went for an interview for Division One LCT.
so even though one of your teams is potentially losing, a little bit of a silver lining for you there is saves you time, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think Fuse will disband if they don't make it to the playoffs because the ADC and the top lane are tired of playing.
Oh, some. Oh, there we go. We're back. Some
Yeah,
technical difficulties.
I got disconnected. So
Yeah,
as I was
yeah, it's all
as I
good.
was
Continue.
saying, what was I saying again? Yeah, so the ADC of Fuse and the top laner of Fuse are tired of playing, so they will most likely leave the team, and I feel like if the main players of a team leave that I really like, then there's not much reason for me to stay, unless I really like
The org.
the staff and the org.
Yeah.
They are not really around
Would
much.
would you say then like the players that you have in your team are something that you look forward to, I guess, or like stick to?
Yeah, I mean, well, I like them, and that's why I'm mainly managing them.
Mm-hmm.
But
Uh,
if like the people I like leave, then there's not much reason for me
yeah,
to stay.
there's no incentive for you to keep doing the
Yeah,
work, right?
unless I like the orc, but that's not really the case with Fuse. Although they are not bad either, but they are not really
You're just a
that
bit
great.
50-50 on them, but the real reason you're there is because of the players. It
Yeah,
sounds. Yeah,
I like some of them,
yeah.
most of them.
So we've mentioned about your first team quite a lot this interview, but um, are there any other challenges that you've faced in the scene? Maybe specifically talking about the UK scene. Is there anything within the UK scene that has like popped up as a challenge for you that you want to talk about?
Well, the UK scene I think is pretty good because the admins are very like they try to help and they answer questions and stuff. But there has been a lot of drama and I didn't catch up on it, to be honest, because I just watched the games and then stuff kind of exploded. And I like to keep myself out of the drama, so that's kind of what I did.
Okay, okay.
But
So,
how do I need to talk about the drama? Because I'm not really up to date. Like,
well, I can fill you in a little bit on what I know
I
and
mean,
see what your opinion is.
I can do it from my point of view. Like, my players were playing an official match, and it's the rules that they need to record from their POV the voice
Mm-hmm.
communication. One of my players said something homophobic, kind of,
Mm-hmm.
and he got punished for it, which also was a little bit of misery to deal with. But he got punished for it. But
Yeah,
then
yeah.
the enemy team started calling our entire organization and the players and the team a bunch of homophobes or whatever, and that
Mm-hmm.
really triggered the owner of my org. I'm talking about HLT now. And then the owner of my org wanted to threaten a lawsuit because it's defamatory and stuff, and it was a lot of drama. And yeah, well, not too happy on that.
Yeah.
And then they played a lot of official matches after that, and almost every official match that my team was in was also a bunch of misery because one of the players disconnected of my team, and then they had to play a 4v5 because
Mm-hmm.
they uh, went over their allowed pause time according to the rules, I think.
Yeah.
Then it was a whole drama about that as well because my players were not happy and stuff like that. I kind of kept myself out of it because I was just watching the
Yeah.
games.
So
But
so
like,
when it comes to these situations, do you prefer just being the person who's trying to fix stuff behind the scenes instead of getting involved in the drama?
yeah, I would say so because I know that the UKL admins, I kind of have faith in them because they are quite helpful. Well, some of them, not all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I leave it to their capable hands.
Yeah.
And the CEO of my org was also very involved in it. And if I, on top of that, become very involved, it's a lot of escalation and a lot of
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
things. So I prefer to just stay on the sidelines. And when they need me, then I can do
Mm-hmm.
something. But I like to just focus on calming my players down and stuff like that.
Yeah. Uh, is there okay? Now that we've mentioned all, on a lighter note, let's. Is there anything you want to just talk about? Anything in league scene, esports scene? What?
Is there anything I like to talk about?
Just
Uh,
anything that's on the top of your mind right now.
I don't really know, except that when something, like for example, someone was organizing tryouts for HLT Academy, and when someone does something in management that I think I can do better, I have the tendency to take over and just
Do
completely
it.
take
Do it
control.
better. Yeah.
Yeah, do it myself, because I saw someone organizing tryouts for HRT Academy. I already said that,
Mm-hmm.
and they were doing it in a very inefficient way. So I told them that I will do it, and even though it's extra work for me, it went way better because I kind of took control and made decisions about it. Like I took the lead, right, and that's important.
It
That's,
sounds like you have a lot of pride in like the work you do and the way you do it, right?
I wouldn't say pride, but just I hate it when I see things are done inefficiently that I know I
you like to
can do
see,
better. Like
yeah, that makes
I
sense.
have this quite often, not only with the management. No, I am not saying that I can do everything better. Like no, I am not. But
Who knows?
sometimes no,
Maybe
no, 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 no.
maybe one day you pop in as one of the players, not the manager. Maybe you can
No,
do a
no,
better job. Who
no, no, no,
knows?
no, no, no. But like the stuff that I know how to do, I like to help people if they are struggling or doing it inefficiently, right?
Hmm.
Because I can
Yeah,
see that they are struggling and I can just easily help them.
yeah. I mean
I like
that.
to help
Yeah,
people.
that's a very noble cause. So
I mean, you can put it that way,
yeah,
yes.
I mean it's better than a lot of other people. A lot of other people would complain. They would make excuses for them, or you know, they wouldn't hop in to help. You know, they would sit on the sidelines
Um,
and like either laugh or just not involve themselves with it. You know,
if
so
people accept help and actually listen to people that know more about something, then I am happy
yeah,
to help. Of course,
yeah,
I don't do this with everything. Like, I also know that some things I cannot do or I know nothing about, and then I just don't do anything, right? And I
yeah.
just watch.
Okay,
But
yeah.
especially when it comes to management, I believe that I can do a better job than most.
Most people, yeah. I mean
Maybe a
that
little
that
bit of ego, but it's not ego when it's
I
true.
I think there is a difference between a helpful ego and a negative ego, and it sounds like you have
Yeah.
a very positive ego around this kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Thank you.
So, all right, well, that's all we have time for this episode. I'd like to a massive
What?
thanks to Selphie for joining.
It's finished already. What?
Uh,
What?
Time flies when you're having fun, mate.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, thank you everyone for watching this episode, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Bye bye.